Very good evening, Jai Shri Krishna Guru. Thank you for joining Sai Satcharita Parayan. I hope you all have had a very wonderful day today. Let us continue from where we stopped. Om Shri Mahagar, Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Om Shri Saraswataya Namaha, Om Shri Guru Datatre Namaha, Om Shri Mahalakshme Namaha, Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Sai Satcharita, the life and teachings of Shirdi Sai Baba, Chapter 19, I receive Baba's grace, concluded. My obeisance to Shri Ganesh, to Shri Saraswati and Shri Guru Maharaj, to the family deity, to Shri Sita Ramachandra. My most humble obeisance, I bow in reverence to the most venerable Guru, Shri Sai Nath. We stopped at verse 96 yesterday. And just to bring you back, where did we stop was Anna Sahib, when he came back to the mosque and he was sitting next to Baba. Baba wanted to know what is the conversation he had with Shama Rao. So let's understand what is the story he's going to say, Baba, and what happens from here, okay? Baba, all that we talked about there delighted my heart. But among them, that one story about the old lady was really marvelous. As Shama Rao told me that story, I could see your inconceivable ways. It was as if you most certainly conferred your grace on me under the pretext of that story. Baba then said most eagerly, tell me, that whole story. Let us see what is so wonderful about it and how through it I conferred grace on you. The story had just been heard and was fresh in my mind. Moreover, it had made a deep impression on me. I now narrated it to Baba without faltering. Baba seemed pleased as he listened to it. Thus I narrated all that happened. Baba also listened very attentively. At once he said to me, keep this carefully in mind. Again he asked enthusiastically, how sweet is the story you have just heard? But is it impressed on your mind? Have you really found it meaningful? Baba, after listening to the story, I felt at peace with myself. The doubts, the distress in my mind have disappeared, and I found a definite path. Are not our ways unique? Said Baba. Remember this one thing. It will be very useful to you. Knowledge of the Atman based on one's experience is gained by meditating on it single-mindedly, and such meditating itself is the act of propitiating it. It alone brings self-satisfaction. I'm just going to give you a quick summary of yesterday's story. I think you all remember what the satsang was all about. And here, Anna Sahib had a slight doubt saying, why is that I am not getting, the instruction from Baba? So when this doubt assailed his mind, Baba said, go to Madhav Rao or Shama Rao and bring me dakshina. He asked for 15 rupees. Bring me 15 rupees dakshina from him and tell him that Baba has sent me to you. With this instruction, he said, and also not just that instruction, but he also said, and please sit and talk with Madhav Rao, right? His instructions were very clear. Please have the conversation. And at the time, of course, Anna Sahib didn't know what is Baba saying or why is he asking him to go and get dakshina in the first place. Second place, he's saying have a conversation. And that is exactly what Baba is saying. Are not our ways unique, said Baba. See, the sages and the saints' ways of working is completely unique. It is incomprehensible. Why they do what they do and how they do, it's beyond the human mind's ken and understanding. You cannot even fathom that. But it has a whole load of significance, a profound knowledge or truth, and also they are averting the destiny also. If there is certain danger on the path, if there is certain obstacle that is going to come because of something, they're averting that. They're removing the doubt. They're helping you evolve. What not they do, this is the truth of a real master. The master is so beautiful, and they also tell, okay, please, this is going to happen, and you better be ready for it. And there's always a premonition or a warning given. Why? Because they know they are the only ones who know your past, your present, and your future. You don't understand. And we give into our minds self-conceit and its deceit and behave however we want. We do not take those instructions seriously. And when that event happens, that is when we are and we are bewildered and we're snapped into it. We get entangled at that, at that time, at that moment, and we are suffering, because we have to go through that mess of our life. So this is what the gurus do. They avert that. Why do you need to suffer? You don't have to suffer. So listen to the master and do exactly what he's ordaining you to do. This is extremely important, and don't question his ways, because their ways are so unique that you cannot even fathom why they're doing what they're doing. See, I'm repeating the same thing, I'm sure a million times now, okay? But you need to understand, this is what you need to keep in mind. That is what Baba is saying. I hope your mind is impressed with it. What does this impressed mean? That it's imprinted in your mind so that the doubt doesn't come. Because the only one who doubts and questions is the mind. And that is why he's saying, I hope this is impressed upon your mind. So once it is impressed, then there is no way it's going to throw that question. So have that faith and trust in your master. He is never going to let anything befall you. Have that faith alone. No matter what happens. He is only testing how much faith you have in him. When he knows your future, what is going to happen, don't you think he's not going to avert that event from not happening? Of course he's going to take care. He's there to take care, but he's just cautioning you. Look, if you do not listen, these things can happen, but even then he'll still take care of you. All you need to do is just obey what he's asking you to do and just go do that job. Okay, do not question him at all. Becoming first free from all desires, the almighty dwelling in all creatures should then be brought to the mind. The meditation will then be satisfactory and the objective of life will be achieved. Know that that which is knowledge incarnate or supreme pure consciousness or blissful joy, that is my true nature. So meditate on it regularly. If this is not possible, then meditate on my manifest form. Bring to the mind by day and by night my figure from head to foot with all its measures. This is so true. See, if you cannot meditate, that's what we're saying, no? Knowledge of Atman based on one's experience is gained by meditating on it single-mindedly. And I understand that it's not so easy to meditate because your mind is constantly talking behind. It's throwing dime a dozen thoughts and it's not allowing you to meditate. But if you can't do this, that is what Baba is saying. The most easiest thing to do is meditate on the form, the manifest form. That is why we say, Dhyana Moolam Gurur Murti, head to foot. See, very exactly he's saying here. He's saying, if this is not possible, then meditate on my manifest form. Bring to the mind by day and by night my figure from head to foot with all its attributes. You can just admire your Guru, know how sweet he is. You can look at his eyes. You can take his eyes as an object of meditation. You can look at his sweet lips. You can look at his, his forehead, his beautiful face, his feet, his lotus feet. That's the highest point that you can meditate, because entire universe rests at his lotus feet. The knowledge exists there. You can just meditate on his lotus feet. That is what you got to do. It is so beautiful. So don't bother about if you're not able to meditate at that level. But you know what? Just meditating on the manifest form of Guru is equivalent to meditating on the Parabrahman. Because Guru Sakshat Parabrahman. The Brahman is that form which is manifested in the form of your Guru. So that is why we say Dhyana Moolam Gurur Murti. Puja Moolam Gurur Padam. So every day when you offer prayers unto the lotus feet of your Guru, the entire, your Guru itself, then this entire universe, you're worshipping it. All the gods and goddesses are getting that oblation, they're getting their worship, everything is happening. So Guru is the highest form of worship. What more do you need? So please, Mantra Moolam Gurur Vakyam. His word is your gospel truth. That's why in Guru Granth Sahib Ji it says Guru Bani. The words from the mouth of the Guru is the gospel truth. So please, my Guruji will say, you have to do Sar Akhon Pe. If your Guru says, you have to just abide by it. You have to take it as, keep it, place it on your head and do that job. That is what it is, that much of devotion and faith you need to have. And we did yesterday, beautiful lesson, faith and forbearance and absolute fearlessness. This entire world, whatever is happening around that event, it feels so real, but know that is all unreal. But sometimes you don't understand, you get agitated, you get irritated. Why? Because something is happening that is not favorable to you or conducive to you. So you are retaliating and you don't feel nice. You just question frustration. Why am I living on this planet Earth? You feel disgusted, but that is the disgust you have to come. You have to be disgusted with this material world. Trust me, it's not worth it. There is no father, mother, brother, sister. You know what? Today we are entering into Kali Yuga, an age where there is no value for relationship. There is nothing. There is no truth in anything. People only are greedy. They are running after lust and greed. People don't want to take care of their parents, but they will come, waiting for property. They will even want to sell whatever the parents have and bring them to the streets and take their money and go away. This is the world today. You don't have to become that. Do your duty. Be good. Be good. And take care of your whatever this body's parents. Your duty. My Guruji has always taught. He's only says don't get attached to anybody, because no relationship is it's not permanent or it is not real. You're just born through them. So do everything in a detachment. Be detached with everybody, whether it is this body's parents, whoever that might be, whatever relation. Don't get attached to it. The only one you need to get attached is that Paramatma, that Lord Shri Krishna and your Guru. That is all the attachment you need to have. When you have this attachment with them, you will attain the highest wheel. There is no other attachment you need to have. Trust me, that is freedom. Freedom by itself from all the bondage and material worldly entanglements. Because the only desire you need to have is the desire for attaining the divine. When that is the desire, that is the greatest desire, that is the ultimate desire you should carry. Not anything else in this world. It is not worth it. Let me tell you this much. Meditating on me in this way, your mind will gradually concentrate so closely that the distinction between meditation, meditator, and the object of meditation, the Tripurti, will cease to exist from you. You will become one alone. What is that one you will become? The distinction between meditation, meditator, and the object of meditation. Then you'll merge, everything will become one alone. And that is when you'll realize that Parabrahman. But to get to that level is not so easy. So that is why we say just follow the path of bhakti and focus your mind. You have to try. See, it doesn't come day one. You have to practice. And someday the God himself will bless you with that meditation also. A few weeks ago, I was telling my Guruji, I get so irritated. I sit in the meditation, but my mind talks too much. I don't know what to do. And he taught me a very beautiful lesson. What's the lesson he told me? He said, just let go like this and say surrender. What you should say? Lord Krishna, whenever you want to meditate through me, let the meditation happen. Just let it be. Don't force yourself. But you have to do every single day. The practice is important. Why? Because the Guruji is testing you. How sincere are you? How disciplined you are? So when that meditation happens through you, it will automatically happen. You will not even know. See, there's a very beautiful thing my Guruji has taught. When we say meditation, when you say that, I went into samadhi, I saw this, a blue light, white light, something, a lot of different things that happen. The fact that you are able to recognize that you went into samadhi is you're not meditating. It is your mind playing on you. Please know this. And when you say, I saw this and I saw that, whatever that is still not a meditation. Because when you are able to describe something, then it is your mind which is throwing those images. So be very clear about when you the real meditation is such that when you meditate, you're not conscious that you're meditating. This is the truth. And that is when he's saying here, right? The distinction between the meditator, the meditation and the object of meditation, everything becomes one. So you cannot distinct between them. And you cannot say, I was meditating. Who is this I? That is what he's saying. The meditator or the object of meditation. Everything becomes one. Then you don't even know you have meditated. So that is the state you need to come, and that is the highest form. Until then, please understand whatever you're sitting and doing, it's your mind's play. So don't be under the delusion that, I attained samadhi. People who go into samadhi cannot say they are in samadhi. Okay. So this is the truth you need to understand about it. In this way, when the Tripurti disappears, the meditator will experience the pure supreme consciousness. This is the be-all and the end of all meditation, for you will become one with the Brahman. Absolutely. This is exactly what happens. You will then realize that pure consciousness, the pure supreme consciousness, okay? And at that moment, everything else becomes, you disappear. Then you become one with the Brahman. Then you are not going to feel, I am meditating. There is an object on whom I am meditating, and there is something called meditation. The fact of that you're meditating, you're in that meditation, that doesn't exist. The mother tortoise is on this bank of the river. Her young ones are on the other, without milk and warmth of affection. It is merely the loving glances of the mother that nourishes and fattens the offspring. How sweet is it? Just the glance, your guru's glance on you when he looks at you. You know what? He's removing all that negative tendencies, your karmas, your sins, and that sweet glance will fill you with your entire being. Every pore of your being will be filled with that love, and you'll become nourished and you'll fatten. What does this mean? Your spiritual growth will happen. You will evolve on the path. That is what it means. That nourishment, just by that look, you will be nourished. So every single day, His grace falling on you. How blessed are you? Can you ever imagine just the grace that He is looking at you? People don't understand this. It's such a very huge and a profound thing. When the guru sees you, just his sight, that his eyesight falling on you means it's removing off, warding off lot more karmas. We do not understand this profoundness because nobody has taught us this, and we have never understood what it means to be with the real master. What is the significance of him just looking at you? Just by that look, he can remove everything off you. That is the power the guru holds. We take it for granted. It's very sad state that when we have such divine master, we spend so much time with them, not understanding the truth. The master is looking at me. He's looking at my divine being. He's purifying. Just his glance, his touch, everything is purifying you. You need to be blessed to be, living with such a master. I am very grateful to be living with my Guruji. I don't know whatever merit that I've earned. It is His grace alone that I'm able to, be with Him. He's given me that grace. I literally feel very grateful. I'm absolutely indebted to Him to eternity. And serving Him is the highest wheel that anyone can attain. It's so beautiful. So when you get such opportunities, don't waste it. The reason I'm specifying is it's very difficult to find this rare gem. And when you have it, please value. They are priceless. No billions, no trillions can tag them, or even if you have the trillions, you cannot buy them. Please know that. But when you have them, value them, revere them, do exactly what they're saying and follow their diktat, follow their command, whatever they ordain, please do it and you will benefit. It's very important. And once they're gone, it's very difficult to find. You can find all the material worldly teachers, but the real master, the guru, is very, very difficult to find. And that is why we say guru, the one who removes the ignorance or the darkness from your life and illumines with knowledge. That is who guru is. The young ones are always intent on the mother. They need do nothing else. They require no milk, no grass, no food. To gaze at the mother is in itself the soul nourishment. Absolutely. Just looking at your mother is such a beautiful thing, that love that she gives. You're happy in her company. Such is the Guru Ma. My Krishna Ma is like that. Just being around him is so much fun. And it's not fun. When I say fun, it's not fun in that sense. It's beautiful. You get to learn in what ways I can't even describe. That is why here it said, no, you have to experience it. See, none of this thing can I describe in my words, because to each his own. Everybody has to experience in their own way. What I experience cannot be experienced by somebody else. And that level of experience depends on how much faith and how deep you are with your master and the divine. To each his own. This is something people need to understand. And many a time I've seen some of his students come and compare. Oh, she's so devoted. Oh, I am not. I want to be like that. Hello, how much faith are you putting in? Don't compare yourself with somebody else. What you are, look into your own plate. My Guruji will always say, Tumhara thali mein dekho. Why are you looking at your neighbor's plate? Don't look at it. And please put in your effort. It is not like this is coming on its own. You have to put in your effort. You have to evolve. So it is to each his own. That is why it is meant to each his own. And what I experience cannot be experienced by another being. So please understand. And everybody's stage, everybody's level is different. It's varied. So don't compare. Don't look at somebody and try to feel jealous. Don't look at somebody and say, oh, I want to be like that. You can't. You know what? You have to just become the best version of yourself. And you go on your path. No, with him, who's stopping you? Have the highest devotion. But for that, you work hard. It's not going to come easy. So put in your efforts. and then you will evolve, and then on its own it will grow. Nobody can give it to you from outside. You have to open up within yourself. How does that happen? That happens only through grace, and that grace comes when you do your sadhana, when you put in your self effort and you walk the path. And this path again is not easy. You need arduous effort, not some mediocre effort. See, my Guruji will always say, right, there is no magic, there is no secret recipe to success. It is sheer hard work. How much effort can you put? Similarly is the path of spirituality as well. How much effort are you putting every single day? Are you reading? Are you going and doing manan? He says shravan, manan, nididhyasan. Are you doing all of that? Only when you do that, then you will understand how much you need to put an effort to evolve on that path. Devotion is not just going to come to you like that. This is the misconception that people have. They think that Guruji can do magic. He'll just touch something, one one light will enter you and then you'll immediately get all the devotion. No, sir. A real master is not going to do that. You have to put in your effort. Like I have been mentioning, every divine being, the Lord Almighty himself, even when he manifests on this planet Earth, he has to go through and go through the journey with his Guru. Whether Sri Ram, Parshuram, Lord Shri Krishna himself, everybody has to. Even Ram Krishna Paramahamsa. Ji, Baba has also talked, just yesterday we read about how Baba himself was studying under his Guru. Everybody has to go through it. They have not just become great just like that, no. They have put in so much of effort. So how much is your effort? So don't next time, don't open your mouth and say that, oh, I don't feel, I am not getting that. And don't try to compare yourself with somebody and try to show, oh, I cried for 2 hours, I cried for 10 hours, I laughed for 100 hours. Rubbish. Don't come and talk like this. It shows how it actually you're making fool of yourself when you talk such things. Devotion to the divine is incomparable. Okay? Devotion to the divine is your devotion. It's your love. And it's not about, trying to showcase to the world, oh, how devoted I am. No. You have to feel it. It is your oneness with the divine. It is not for getting a recognition from the world. Oh, I am so devoted and people have to recognize you for it. What nonsense is that? This is not material world. This is spirituality. The path of devotion is beautiful. It has to come from the innermost being of your heart. It has to come. It has to pour. It has to exude from every pore of your body. That is how the devotion you have to, you have to feel. And that is you alone. It is not to demonstrate to the world how great a devotee I am, Lord Shri Krishna's greatest devotee on planet Earth. That is nonsense. You know what? To become the greatest devotee of Shri Krishna, first you have to, my Guruji will say, bahut papad belne padte hain. It's a saying in Hindi, which means you have to put in too much of effort, Attaining Lord Shri Krishna is the khane ka kaam nahi hai. It's not like eating simple food, okay? You have to work your whatever off, you have to work. And please know that you will have to put in too much of effort. And Lord Shri Krishna is going to give you as many tests as possible. And he's going to see how much can you stand. Actually, my Guruji has written a very beautiful update. You should go look at his Facebook page. What has he written? He says, people come to God when either he gives you benefits with your career, he takes care of your, well-being, your health, and if he cures your disease, and then he grants you more money, or you get a hike, jump in your salary, whatever. And then after that, if some problem comes in, then that faith goes away. What kind of a faith is this? How flimsy is a human being's faith? Are you stupid? If this is the kind of faith, then what God are you going to attain? You're not going to attain any God. Please go to all that, deities and, the demigods. They're all waiting there. You can become their servant and they will grant you everything, by the way. So please don't go to Lord Shri Krishna. To attain Shri Krishna, it's not so easy. Know that. Even to attain the grace of the Guru, Baba has very clearly mentioned here. How much you have to work hard. Why do you think Baba is saying all these things? If he's having fun here, is it? No. This is not a joke. And this is not for weak-hearted people. So please understand. And you need to follow. And one more thing we learned, very important. Respect. Oh, in today's day and age, all these millennials who think no end of themselves, they have achieved some great, PhD. They're all almighty gods who exist on this planet Earth. They respect. That has gone out of the window. They don't know how to respect anyone today. They talk arrogantly. Full of ego. Oh my God. Yesterday a beautiful thing happened. I went to hospital. I had to take my parents to the hospital. And I know this. We have a very beautiful family doctor. A very, very lovely doctor. Genuine. And yesterday I was sitting there. He was a little irritated. I wonder what happened. A, his computer was not functioning. B, there was this politician's son was admitted in that hospital. So everybody were busy attending them. And poor man, one who comes very, he's so disciplined. He's so sincere to his service, okay? That profession. He serves. Work is worship for him. He does service to humankind. Today we cannot find such doctors. Please let me tell you. He comes even before every other staff is there in that hospital, and he's there sharp even before 8 o'clock. The file has come to him, he's already there. And files don't come. For the files come after the patient has gone also. This is the case we are in. And you know what? They're not respecting this man. It's so sad. I felt very sad. Today, where have we come? What is happening in this world? They're busy. Where the money is, everybody's running. Some politician's son is there, they are actually running behind him. Oh my, and they're not even giving him his PPE kit. And yet, he was doing his duty. This is what the service means. This is what sincerity means. Today, you go look at all these millennials, everybody is taken for granted. Forget about millennials, even the others. Everybody's gone into this muck. Disobedience, this indiscipline, there is no sincerity to the work, integrity is gone out of the window. What virtues do you have, and how can you be on the path of spiritual? Come on, wake up. It's you have crossed all the limits, so you need to wake up, become disciplined, be obedient, have respect, show virtue. You need to go and read Srimad Bhagavatam, in which Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, verse 1, 2 and 3. Lord Shri Krishna has called out what are the virtues you must have. And let me tell you, even if you stand one virtue, you will attain that spiritual will this life, I guarantee you. But let me tell you, not a single virtue you will stand. This is the day we have entered. And here you're talking about attaining Brahmanyana, understanding the knowledge of Brahman, and attaining love and devotion to Lord Shri Krishna. Oh my God. Doesn't it sound mockery to you? So please, become serious about your life. Show respect. Be good to human beings. Don't treat every other person like they are some, I don't know what, dog or your servant that you think you have the birthright to talk anything that comes from your mouth. And not just that. Oh, you'll talk everything, and you know what? This new ethics, human rights. Oh my God. Policy exploitation. People can very fine, there's a fine line between what is right and what is wrong. Everybody can, twist and turn whatever that is there. You know why? That is why the great divine being said, we need to become detached in this world, That is why you need to live a life of Lord Shri Krishna, who lived in all of this muck, yet he is amazing. He is the personification of, goodness. You can't even match him. He lived like that lotus flower, the lotus leaf untouched by the water. You have to become that. He is called the perfect celibate, Uttama Purusha. This is what he is. Divinity is not so easily attained. People think they come here. Oh, I am devoted to Lord Shri Krishna. Oh, I am devoted to Lord Dattatreya. What rubbish are you talking? Do you go see your face in the mirror first? The tender glance of the mother is as a shower of nectar, which brings to the offspring the nourishment of self-rejoicing. Same is the experience of oneness between the guru and his disciple. That is the sweetness that you will experience with your master. A real master, not the fake ones. There are a lot of goons in this world, who roam around, and with a lot of conglomerates they're running. Not such goons we are talking about. The real master. No sooner had these words come from Sai's mouth than the loud singing of the Aarti also ceased, with everyone proclaiming loudly, "Glory to Shri Satchidanand Sadguru." The waving of lights and other ritualistic details of the Aarti were over too, and as Jog offered lump sugar, Baba put out the palm of his hand to receive it. On that hand, Jog very lovingly put a handful of sugar with an obeisance, as was his daily practice. The whole of that lump sugar Baba then emptied on my hand and said, "If you bear this well in mind, your condition will be as this sugar candy." How sweet, There's a beautiful way. When the Guru offers, okay, here's a very interesting thing. This is whatever the Naivedya is offered. And when the Guru takes it from his hand and is giving it to you, it is not just a prasad. He's giving you that blessing, that knowledge, that which you seek. His ways are very beautiful. It is also said, when your Guruji eats, from the whatever the thali, whatever that he eats, and after that is when you have to eat. You know why? You have to eat from the thali itself, and that remnants of the food that he leaves, because that is prasad. And you know what happens? When you eat that prasad, then your body, your mind, everything purifies. You will get his DNA. You will be no longer the gutter person, that come from some muck in this world. You will not be that. You will evolve and you will become beautiful. You will become divine. And then you will understand that I am not this body. I am the divinity. I am this divine being. That is what you will experience. So all the desires from your body, your being will go away. So, and also the most purifying thing to do is when you drink the teeth washed off the lotus feet of your Guruji. That is the highest thing that you can have. It will remove out all your sins. It will purify your being. So you must always have the teeth every day. That is why we see it is greater than any Ganga Jal, by the way. That is how significant it is. But people don't understand. They're like, oh my God, somebody's feet washed. How can I drink? That is how human beings react. You don't understand the power of drinking the teeth. You will have to be blessed to get that teeth. As the sugar candy is sweet, similarly the wishes of your heart will be fulfilled and you will be blessed with good fortune. All your innermost longings will be satisfied. I then made obeisance to Baba, praying for his grace, and said, "This, your benediction alone is enough for me. Please bear with me." Baba said, "Listen to the story, contemplate on it and meditate upon it repeatedly. When thus remembered and contemplated upon, greater joy will manifest itself. In this way, that which you heard with your ears, if you store in your heart, you will have opened up for yourself a mine of own wheel, and all your sins will be washed away. When there is a fierce wind blowing, the waves of the sea rise in lofty waves that dash against the shore, instantly breaking up into innumerable bubbles that appear as froth. Waves, bubbles, froth, and eddies, all these are different forms of the same water. They are optical illusions and disappear when the wind subside. Can it be said that these various forms had existed and are destroyed, knowing them to be the work of Maya, their existing or being destroyed should also be treated as such. Such are also all the dealings of the universe. The wise and discriminating have no admiration from them. They have no attachment to the transient, but attain the permanent. As simple as this. I think we have to keep repeating this, right? Everything that you see in this world is Maya. But what is Maya? Maya is a term, okay? It is nothing but the Lord's own illusory energy. He makes everything appear so real. Why? Because you're lost in that. He wants to see whether you love his Maya or you love him. So that is why it says right here, the wise and discriminating have no admiration for them. The one who is wise, who is a wise person? A wise man is the knower of the truth. He's the sage and the sages. Who knows who has the knowledge of the Brahman? He is a wise person. We're not talking about material worldly wise. That's a different wisdom. We're talking about a wise who has the knowledge of the truth and who has discrimination. And he doesn't care about the Maya. It says, have no admiration for them. He's not admiring this world. We human beings, we want to go eat nice food. We want to travel. We want to go see places. We want to buy good clothes. We want to buy jewelry. Oh, you name it. Our desires are I don't even know what the term is. It's like bottomless pit. It's endless. I don't know how much desire a man has, human beings have. We have too many desires, but a wise man doesn't have anything. He understands everything in this material world is unreal. Never get attached to it, because only you will suffer an heartache. And you will get into the karmic loop with every other being, with every other thing. And then what? You will keep coming back. Birth and death, birth and death. This is what will happen to you. Why do you need that misery? Why do you need to go through that the cycle of birth and death? You don't need to. Why do you ask for it? A man likes, my Guruji says, he likes to suffer. They become martyrs. They want to experience that painful existence. Why not enjoy the sweetness of this human birth, which is to attain the divine? Focus on that. Don't get lost. So that is what he's saying. They have no attachment to the transient, but attain the permanent. You need to attain the permanent. What is permanent? God alone is permanent. Everything else is unreal. This is the truth. But is it so easy to understand this truth? Not at all. That is why we are doing the scripture and every other scripture, which is going to constantly remind you about it. Even today, my Guruji in the Das Bodh Satsang, he only taught that, everything in this world is unreal. We feel everything is happening to this body because we believe I am this body. But the truth is, I am not this body. I am that divine being. Why am I thinking I am the body? If somebody is calling me name, they're calling to the body, not to me. I am pure self. If somebody is saying, you're ugly, they're calling me names, they're doing everything to the body. Why am I thinking I am the body? So first disassociate yourself from the body. That is extremely important. Till you do not, till you do not do that, you're still going to feel the pain, misery, joy, sorrow, happy, whatever. You're going to feel that pain of pairs of opposites. That is why you need to become centered. My Guruji has taught a very beautiful lesson how to overcome this. He said, if somebody scolds you, think that they're praising you a lot. And when somebody is, praising you, think that they're calling you all bad names. This way, you will bring that mind to have, samabhav, the equanimity, centeredness. You're not going to get elated when somebody is praising you. You're not going to feel miserable when somebody is calling you names. Both is immaterial. You know why? Because both is coming from somebody else's mind. It is their point of view. Why do you need any appreciation or praises from the world? You don't need. You know what? The only praise you need to get is from the divine Almighty. How can you get the praise from Him? When you please Him with praises to Him. And then when you become the devotee who's ever waiting for you, who's always there for you, the best friend, everything of yours, he's always waiting for you, and he's waiting to hear that beautiful praises or glories that you can give him. That is what it is. And then his praise will come in a very beautiful form, in the form of the benediction that he can give you, in the form of grace, in the form that he will remove you out of this material worldly muck. That is his praise for you. That is what it is. That is his grace. That is his praise. That is what you need to achieve, not what people tell about you. How does it matter? Somebody says you're good. Somebody says you're great. Rubbish. Chuck it in the gutters. It has no value. Everything is a fake. It's unreal in this world. This is the truth you need to understand. The day you understand this, you would have attained that freedom. The importance of meditation is greater than that of knowledge. But for that, the right knowledge about the object of meditation is needed. Thus, without a complete understanding of the Brahman, proper meditation is not possible. So don't even try without without your guru giving you that instructions. Please never try anything without a proper guidance. Proper knowledge of the Atman based on experience is therefore the basis of meditation. It is also the karma or act of propitiating the true self. But how can you bring to the mind or meditate upon that which is without any special qualities? He eludes us. Therefore, the innermost self is God Himself, and He who is God is also the Guru. There is not the slightest difference between these three. Please know this: the self, the Guru, and the God are all one and the same. So the one who is within you. So what is God realization? You will understand that within your heart. You will know that the Guru is not outside. He's the one who's within you. That is the truth you'll experience. What you're seeing is the manifest form. What you will experience is the unmanifest within yourself. That is what the realization is. This pure self is none other than that Guru himself. But he's God Almighty. He's the self as well. So everything is one. That oneness is what you will experience. That is the truth you will realize within your heart. And that is why it is called self-realization. Realizing yourself. It has to open up within yourself, for which you have to be deserving. You have to do all that. I think we've done enough of this. Go read, go again, listen to the satsangs. You will get more clarity on it. Like Baba says, you have to keep reading, keep cogitating, contemplating, and then you will attain that knowledge, not otherwise. When repeated contemplation becomes perfect and the difference between meditation and the meditated disappears, then the mind becomes calm and steady, like the lamp on a windless night. This is samadhi. Here again, it is just given a description. What is samadhi actually? But again, you cannot describe in words. You have to experience that. And that is what I say. Very beautifully is mentioned here. I'll reread this. When repeated contemplation becomes perfect, and the difference between meditation and the meditator disappears, then the mind becomes calm and steady, like the lamp on a windless night. This is samadhi. Oh my God. It's very beautifully said. I think we'll all say, oh yeah, I understand. Do you understand? I'm sorry you don't. You need to first experience this. It is not such an easy thing to understand this. I wish everybody can say, oh, I understand this. I hope it is such an easy task. No, it is not. You have to practice, practice, practice. I know for millions of years, I don't know how many years, but it will only happen on its own will. You cannot even force it. That is the truth about spirituality or anything that you take in here. You have to only do. Doing alone is your duty. The end result is never in your hands, like Lord Shri Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita. So even in spiritual wheel, it doesn't mean that you can expect the end result and then you focus on it. No. Spirituality is all about truth. So your job is to truthfully seeking it and not thinking about whether I reach the shore or not. It is none of your business. Leave it in the will of the divine. What the divine has to give you, he will bless you with that. Free from all desires and knowing that he dwells in all living beings, that nothing exists in the world but I. When a state of fearlessness comes, it is then that the real self appears in the meditation. Then the ties of karma, both born out of ignorance, begin to snap one by one. The restraints of laws about what should and what should not be done are shed, and the joy of complete liberation is experienced. Definitely, even I cannot explain what this is, though Baba has mentioned how he just described. But nobody can give you this understanding except for you going through that journey and experiencing it yourself. Even not me or even my master cannot. My master can only teach this, like Baba has here described it. But you will have to experience it. Till you do not experience, we cannot understand this truth. That is the truth about the truth. First, all the 6 Shastras should be searched for answers to the questions. Does the Atma exist or not? Is he one and the same, or does he differ from one living being to another? Is he the doer or non-doer of action? To experience the oneness of the self in all beings is the utmost limit of all knowledge. Emancipation and bliss are really born from such knowledge. To describe an elephant to a blind man, even if you bring a skilled orator like Brihaspati, his oratory will not bring to his mind the form of the elephant. What is beyond description cannot be conjured by speech. Exactly what I said. Nobody can describe you this. He's saying not even Brihaspati. So no God, no wise man, nobody can. No Shrutis and Shastras also are capable of describing any of this. So you will only have to experience. That is what it is. And only one who's qualified is the God Almighty. That is why he takes the manifest as a form, in the form of a guru, and teaches you how to attain God realization, we say. So Guru Sakshat Parabrahma. So please know that the Guru is none other than the God Almighty himself. And if you don't know, if you don't know how to behave, how to live, how to show respect, how to follow what he's teaching you, how to have faith, I'm sorry, you're nowhere going to attain any realization. Forget about it. You can't even realize anything. Truth is far away. You cannot realize anything. This is what is mentioned here, so is far away. So yes, so nobody can describe it by words. None. There's nobody who is born on this planet Earth who can do. And my Guruji will always say, who can teach you, who can talk to you about a God? Only God can explain to you who God is. Nobody else. So that is the truth. So when you have such a great master, please revere him. Walk with him on that journey. He will bestow you what you need to understand. He will grant you the devotion, but be sincere, be truthful. Overcome all your tendencies, all your vrittis. It is important. Burn your sins, burn off your karmas. It is not worth it to carry. Don't waste your time. Go reach your destination very fast. You know which route you want to take. Faster, take the shortest possible route to the destination. It is extremely important that you reach faster so that you can attain your spiritual wheel. Can the tongue of a speaker and the ears of the listeners bring back the missing sight? Eyes alone are needed to see the form of the elephant. Without the eyes, how can the blind man have the experience of seeing an elephant? Similarly, only when the Guru gives the divine eye with the treasure of knowledge come to hand. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Shri Krishna had given Arjuna the divine vision to see him, the Virat Swarup and the four-armed form. He revealed to Arjuna. So such is the thing. The Guru has to grant you that vision, the divine vision. And only then will you be able to experience the truth, not otherwise. But for that knowledge, that grace, for that vision to come, you have to do a lot of effort. You have to put in a lot of effort. You have to do a lot of sadhana. It's not going to come easy. I'm saying the same thing. I'm sure you're bored with my satsang. No, every single day she says the same thing over and over and over and over again. Sorry, I'm not saying Baba saying here because they also get so bored because they're saying the same thing. They imagine how dull we are as human beings that they have to repeat the same thing in every scripture. Every sage, every saint is saying the same thing. You go listen to my Guruji's satsang, he would have said the same thing in so many different words. ultimately saying the one thing only. But can we understand? Had we had such a sharp intellect and sharp mind, not like we would have attained that knowledge like this. But unfortunately, we are such a stubborn dud heads that we don't want to budge, break off, break that mold off, and realize your pure self. Go on that path, go on that journey. That is what will make you, being worthy of having this human birth. To obtain a total release, Sai Baba. Sai Baba is himself a storehouse of perfect, complete knowledge based on experience, and to know his true nature truly and completely is in itself the act of propitiate and meditate upon him. This is his true darshan. To obtain a total release from the bondage of ignorance, desire, and karma, there is absolutely no other device. Have this firmly fixed in your mind. See, here also Baba saying thing. To obtain a total release from the bondage of ignorance, desire, and karma, there is absolutely no other device. There is no other method. You can't buy it. You can give all your money also. Nothing will come. But you have to put, dakshina is one important thing. Don't forget. I'm not saying dakshina you mustn't give. You have to give. Nothing is going to come free of charge. Okay, there's no free lunch even in God's heaven. So you better pay for it. And when you say better pay for it, doesn't mean that you think, oh, I've paid so much. Not going and paying to some conglomerates. There's the people who run some fake gurus. There are a lot of different things that they run. All that concepts that they have, Ashtanga yoga and so many different things that they teach you. Not for all that. To get this real knowledge. This is very different. And only a real master can give. So that this is something you need to recognize. And we've already discussed this enough. So I'm not even going to dwell on that. So here is saying there's no other device. You have to go through this path. Only under the guidance of a spiritual master, a real spiritual master, will you able to achieve this. There is no other way for this. So have this firmly fixed in your mind. Sai is not merely yours or ours. He really dwells in all the beings. And as the sun belongs to the whole world, so also he does absolutely. What it simply means is you cannot own, you cannot possess, you cannot buy. He is everybody's. And to each his own. And please know that he is the master of this universe. He resides in the heart of all beings. Like Lord Shri Krishna has told Arjuna, first you will realize me, you will realize me within yourself, and then you will be able to see me in this end. See that the entire universe is within me. That is the truth, which means you have to be able to see me in everything. That this entire universe is none other than me alone. But we cannot understand this. And to get that understanding and experience, you have to go through the journey under the guidance of your master, the true master. Now listen to his words spoken from time to time. Though general, they are priceless. If you always keep them in mind, they will be fruitful and beneficial to you. Without a bond or a tie of the previous birth, nobody goes anywhere. Therefore, whether a man or a beast or a bird, do not shoo it away contemptuously. Treat with due respect whoever may come to you. Give water to the thirsty, food to the hungry, clothes to the unclothed, and shelter to the destitute. It will please God. Very beautiful. Oh my God. Today, this is exactly I said at a point in time. Today, we human beings have become so greedy and lusty for all the things in the world that we have our virtues have gone out of the window. You can have more and more, but even when a beggar comes, your heart doesn't move. You don't want to remove a little bit from what you have and give. And that is why Baba is saying wealth is to establish dharma. See, how will you please God? Treat everyone with due respect. Respect is something today people don't know how to give. They think that they can talk whichever way they want. Please show humility and treat elders with respect. Not just elders, everyone with respect. You have to respect. One of the most important thing my Guruji will teach us is you have to respect. You cannot behave any way you want. Treat with due respect whoever may come to you. Give water to the thirsty, food to the hungry, clothes to the unclothed, and shelter to the destitute. This is the only way it will please God, not any other way. So you have to always care about the well-being of everybody in this universe. You will have to serve them selflessly. That is what is mentioned here. That is the only way to serve the divine. God is pleased when you take care of his universe. And in some form, we are not saying that you are responsible for the entire world. To whoever, in whatever capacity that you can, you need to help. You need to do all of this. That is when the God will be pleased. When someone wants money and you hesitate to give it, do not give. But do not bark at him like a dog. Absolutely. If you don't want to give, don't give. But don't treat him badly. It's not your business to treat him badly. And please know that if you do that, know that some life of yours you will be in that position, and that other person will have to treat you the same way. So even if you don't give, so it's okay, it doesn't matter. God will make arrangements, because he takes care of his entire creation. Who are you to give or not give? So have that goodness, but do not show disrespect to him. Others may rebuke you in 101 ways, but you yourself should never use bitter, hurting words in reply. You will experience unbounded happiness if you bear with them patiently. Okay, this is a very, very tough lesson for all of us, including me, you, everybody, because at some point in time we will lose our cool and we can call names. It becomes extremely easy. But this is very important to follow, and you have to practice. It doesn't come overnight. I'm going to reread this. Others may rebuke you in 101 ways. My Guruji will always tell me, they are allowed to behave, but you cannot behave. He always keeps saying this. I get this warning day in and day out. You cannot behave. Let the world behave however they want. They are allowed to behave. Let them, they can make mistakes. They are not learning from me. You're learning from me. So when you are getting this knowledge, please know this. Baba is telling you and me, those who are listening here, we need to abide by this. But you yourself should never use bitter, hurting words in reply. Do not, speak hurtingly. People don't know. Yeah, anger comes, but you get carried away. Control yourself. Don't speak anything that is going to be hurting. Then you will experience unbounded happiness if you bear with them patiently. All you need to show is patience. Okay, this is another very important virtue to have. But patience, everybody has lost patience, and that's gone out of window. So this is another thing that you have to practice, and that is why Baba says Shraddha and Saburi. Faith and patience is extremely important. So you need to have all the patience in the world with everyone. So do not speak badly with anybody, and do not show disrespect to anyone. No matter how bad they are, it doesn't matter. Just ignore and walk out of that place. But one thing I will remind you, here, even in this scripture, in further chapters you will hear. But when somebody says bad about your guru, please don't stand and take it. That is not acceptable. Yeah, the guru will say, you don't have to react. My universe will take care. But you know what? In Guru Charitra or in Guru Gita, it is mentioned, you cannot let anybody speak badly about your guru. That is not acceptable. But also know that even if you don't do anything, even if you don't have to react. But my Guruji's universe will take care of those who even utter one nonsensical thing to him. They will have to eat their own words. Please know this. The world may go topsy-turvy, but we should not falter. Sticking to our ground firmly, we should calmly watch the sport of this world. Break and demolish completely the wall between the self and this. Then we shall have a wide pathway to go and fro without fear. Absolutely. No matter what happens in the world, don't fear. Everything is happening. It's a maya. It's an illusion. Have that forbearance and faith in your guru. Everything will be fine. Just go with the flow. Do not get carried away. Do not get lost in what's happening. Don't get irritated. It is very easy to get into all that, but this knowledge has to be firmly embedded within you, so that you only take the God Naam. Just take his Naam, the word of the divine, and there's magic, Fill your being with the word of the Lord. Sing his glory, sing his praises, listen to the beautiful bhajans, satsangs, kirtans, whatever that is, and it will purify your heart. It's not worthy about thinking about all the nonsensical stuff that happens in your life. The attitude of you and me is this wall between the guru and his disciple. If it is not pulled down, the state of oneness between them is difficult to breach. Oh my God, this is a very important verse. Okay, the attitude of you and me is this wall between the guru and his disciple. If it is not pulled down, the state of oneness between them is difficult to breach. So this oneness needs to be experienced. You cannot have that wall. My Guruji will always tell, very beautifully, there's one thing between you and me, and that is your mind. So that's the only wall that exists. So that wall has to be broken. Remove that mind and experience that oneness with your master. That's the beautiful thing that you want to attain. Why not? Why waste your life not experiencing that? Why are you bringing your mind? Cut asunder that mind. Slaughter it. Let it go. Remove that mind off. There is no other protector except Allah the Master. Allah the Master. Unique are his doings, priceless and inconceivable. Only that will come to pass which he wants to happen. He will himself show his way. The time will come without a moment's delay when our cherished wishes will be fulfilled. Absolutely true. I'm going to reread this. Please, embed in your mind, in your heart. Only that will come to pass which he wants to happen. Everything happens at the will of the divine alone. It's not you and me who can make anything happen, okay? You can't say, I want this to happen in this way alone. Something my Guruji was telling me this morning, and I said, no, I don't know. What if I don't want to give? Then he asked a question, oh, is it in your hands to give or not give? I realized, oh my God, yeah, that is so true. Who am I to say I don't want to give? Who is this I who is saying I don't want to give? It is not in my hands. It is the divine will alone. So why bother so much? What has to be will be. Just have faith. My Guruji is there to take care of me. Why am I bothered about what is going to go, what is going to come? None of my business. What he has to give me will come any which ways. Nobody can take it away from me. That is the supreme truth. And my master shall never let anything bad befall on me. So why am I not even trusting him in the instance? Why am I questioning? Or why am I saying I am the one who will give or not give? No, it is none of my business. What the divine wills, let it happen. Let the will of the Lord happen. This should be your say at all times. So only that will come to pass which he wants to happen. He will himself show his way. Yeah, he will open this path. He'll show the way. The time will come without a moment's delay when our cherished wishes will be fulfilled. That is the truth. He's saying, I will fulfill all your wishes. I am there to give you. I am there to take care of you. Why are you bothered about what is going to happen and how it is going to happen? Just surrender. That is all he's saying. Surrender to the will of the divine. Open your arms and just surrender. Let go of everything. Why are you taking it in your mind? Everything you surrender at his feet. Lord, I surrender. You take care. You're my father, mother, everything. Who am I? This life also doesn't belong to me. This body doesn't belong to me. Nothing belongs to me. So what am I claiming ownership about? I don't have to claim anything. What is given is his grace. What is going to be taken also is grace. The one who gives is the one who beat as well. It's like that. So everything is his will alone. Just surrender to the will of the Lord. That is all we need to do. By the bond of past births, we have been fortunate enough to meet. Let us embrace each other with a heartfelt love and experience his joy and contentment. Who is immortal here? He who has made spiritual advancement has found fulfillment. Otherwise, the creatures live so long as they continue to breathe. Oh my God, this is so true. Who is immortal here? He who has made spiritual advancement. He has found fulfillment. Otherwise, the creatures live so long as they continue to breathe. As these gracious words fell on my ears, my eager heart was comforted. Thirsty that I was, I found water and was filled with happiness. One may have unparalleled intelligence and even unswerving faith, but to enjoy the protection of a guru like Sai, a tremendous good fortune all alone is needed. Absolutely. Those who have the great divine masters with you, please know that a tremendous good fortune alone is needed. Not otherwise you can have this grace of the guru. So be blessed when you have this, and do not ruin that and do not throw it away. When the essence of this is considered, what Bhagavan Shri Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita is absolutely true. When he said, in whatsoever way men approach me, even so I do render to them. Bhagavad Gita chapter 4 verse 11. The whole burden is on one's karma. As your karma, as is the knowledge you acquire. As is your sadhana, so is your gain. This is the covered purpose of this chapter. This is the nectar sweet lesson here. Okay, this is extremely beautiful and so profound. Please know this. I'm going to reread this. The whole burden of, okay, not this. As your karma, as is the knowledge you acquire. So it's all your karma again. How much of sins you have. The fructification of knowledge cannot happen so easily. This is the truth. So you have to remove away all your karma. As is your sadhana, so is your gain. Okay, again. It also depends on sadhana. How much sadhana, how much effort are you putting for that knowledge to fructify? Till you don't do your sadhana, the fructification of knowledge cannot happen. So please know that you have to do your sadhana. You cannot stop it. You have to continue with it. Someday you will reach there. But when you stop doing your sadhana, you cannot attain any knowledge. This is what is mentioned here. To those men who worship me alone, thinking of no other of those ever harmonious, I shall apply all their needs and protect their possessions from loss. The vital significance of Bhagavad Gita applies here too. Oh my God, this is very profound. I'm going to reread this. To those men who worship me alone, Lord Shri Krishna is saying, thinking of no other of those ever harmonious, I shall supply all their needs and protect their possessions from loss. This is a promise Lord Shri Krishna is saying. Faith is all you need to have in Him. What makes you think He's going to take something away and give it away and all that? He's testing you. He's trying to test you to see whether you stand that faith in Him or not. He's saying, I shall supply all their needs. Whatever His devotee needs, there is nothing dearth to it. He will always see that everything is fulfilled in the devotee's house. There is no, the devotee doesn't have to go and beg. There is no paucity of anything in a devotee's house. And protects their possessions from loss. Whatever their possessions are, he will protect them from loss happening. That is the truth. That is the words of Lord Shri Krishna himself. Thus, the vital significance of Bhagavad Gita applies here too. It's both. This is what is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, and even a guru is telling this. Sai Baba is also saying the same thing. This is what I do to my devotees. On listening to these sweet words of advice, the statement from Smritis come to my mind. By sacrifice shalt thou honor the gods, and the gods will then love thee. Bhagavad Gita chapter 3 verse 11. You start doing the precepts, arduous efforts, giving up all worry about the milk, fruit of your effort. For here I stand right behind you, ready with a vati of milk. Give up your, attachment or right to that end result. Don't think that I need to know what is my end result. Give up the attachment. You do your job is to work alone. Your right is to only do your action. Do not get attached to the fruit of the end result. It's not in your hands. It's never going to be in your hands. That is what is saying. For those who give up that, I stand behind them with vati. Vati means it's a bowl. It's a cup with the milk in it, which means the fruit of whatever that you need to deserve. The God himself will grant it. You don't have to ask. That is what is mentioned here. Give me 2 more minutes. I will finish till verse 162 and then we'll continue from tomorrow. But if you were to say that I do the hard exercise and you empty glass upon glass of milk till satiated, well, such a thing I know not. One should always be quick and alert in doing his own work. Absolutely. See, your job is to do alone. Your right is to act alone, not be attached to the fruit of result. End result is never in your hands. So don't ask for that. Just do what has to come to you will come. The God will give you the best of the best. Why are you bothered? Have faith in him. Have trust in him. Know that he who considers this pledge of Baba as the truth and acts accordingly will have found a mine of happiness on earth and in heaven. Now, once again, I request the listeners that they concentrate their minds for a moment and listen to a tale of my own experience, which shows how Baba strengthens one's good resolves. Listen to how Maharaj encourages good deeds made into a regular practice by the devotees and confers his grace even without being asked for it. So I will stop at verse 162. We will continue this story tomorrow. And thank you for joining the satsang. I hope you had learnt a lot today. So please go and do, contemplate on it, do manan on it, okay? You will get that little bit, whatever that you have to get. That is the truth what Baba is saying here. Om Shri Maa Ganapate Namaha. Om Shri Gurudev Datta. Om Shri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Digambara Digambara Shripad Vallabha Digambara. Om Shri Krishna Gurunathanathaya Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Devi Durgaya Namaha. Om Shri Krishna Arpanam Namastu. Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum.